Hello, my dear students. Once again, welcome in my history classroom. Today, I am going to discuss about question answers about rise and spread of Islam. Your chapter 3. Move on next page. At first, question number 1. Discuss the condition in pre-Islamic Arabs. In the 16th century CE, there were no major kingdoms in Arabia. The Arabs at the time were divided into tribes or tribes that were constantly at war with one another. Each tribe had its own god or goddess. Idol worship was common for both classes. Most Arabs were Bedouins, that is, wandering camel herdsmen who lived off the milk of their animals and the produce, such as dates that grow in oases. However, there were a few important cities, of which Makkah was the most important. Makkah lay on the junction of major trade routes and was also an important religious center. This is the condition in pre-Islamic Arabia at that time. Next question: where was Prophet Muhammad born? Write about his early life. The Prophet Muhammad was born to a family of traders at around 570 CE in Makkah. He lost his parents in early childhood and was brought up by his grandfather and uncle. He was well regarded for his honest and upright character. In his teens, he accompanied his uncle on his trading journeys between the Indian Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. He came into contact with people following other religions like Christianity and Judaism. When Muhammad was around 40 years old, he had a vision. He came to believe that God had chosen him to be the messenger of the divine message. So he began preaching the word of God to the people of Makkah. His immediate family and friends were his earliest followers, and they were called Muslims, you know. Question number 3, briefly describe the 5 pillars of Islam, Shahada and the Salat, Swam, Zakat and Hajj. All these are 5 pillars or 5 principles of Islam. Question number 4, what is Hijrat? What is its importance? 622 CE, Muhammad left Makkah and went to Medina. This event is known as Hijrat. Hijrat also marks the beginning of the Muslim calendar. The people of Medina will come to Muhammad and accept him as their prophet. Question number 5, I am not written because it is less important question for you and lengthy question. That's why I will avoid it. Question number 6, the Abbasid period was a period of cultural growth. Explain. This was a period of cultural growth. You know, and you already know about the Abbasid dynasty, that Abbasid dynasty was very cultural growth by the reign of Harun al-Rashid. Literature, art and science flourished. Great epics and scientific works were translated into Arabic. This included some Indian works on mathematics and science, including medicine. The Arabs learned the decimal system and the concept of zero from India. They later passed on this knowledge to Europe. Baghdad became the thriving city and center of learning during the time of Harun al-Rashid. And last question number 7. But Bayat al-Hakima, or the House of Wisdom, was a library and the translation institute in Baghdad. It is also an important center in Arabia for study. It was founded by Harun al-Rashid. It attracted scholars from all over the world. The scholars studied the works of Aristotle, Plato, Hippocrates, Euclid, and the Pythagoras. They also translated many Persian, Indian, and Greek works into Arabic. Last question is question number 7. List the achievement of the Arabs in the field of mathematics and literature. In the mathematics, the Arabs learned the decimal system and the concept of zero from India. They later passed on this knowledge to Europe. The Arabs made great advances in chemistry. They discovered new chemical compounds. They made clocks and designed machines to irrigate fields. Ibn Sina and Al-Razi were great scientists and physicians also. Omar Khayyam was a great mathematician and also poet. Literature too, the Arabs produced famous works such as the Rubaiyat by Omar Khayyam and Shahnama by Firdausi, and also important is Arabian Nights. It is most famous books. The Rubaiyat and the Arabian Nights tell us about the cultural life of the pupil in Arabia. So you all write these questions in your copy and learn, and I will try to check it out after when your school is reopened. And beside this, you go through the all the chapters and rest of the part of this exercise, collect the right answers, true false, distinguish between, and give reason um, in your own capacity. Okay, thank you.